The headlines of this hour on VTV News. Prime Minister chairs conference on improving national labor productivity. And later on, Vietnamese food YouTuber honored on Forbes 30 Under 30 Asia list.
Broadcasting from Hanoi, the capital of Vietnam. VTV News starts right now.
Good morning. It is currently 8 a.m. local time and you're tuning in to 15 minutes of VTV News. I'm Lilin Lei with the latest updates. Now on May the 26th, at the National Forum on Labor Productivity held by the Vietnam General Confederation of Labor, Prime Minister Phie stressed that improving labor productivity is an important, urgent, strategic and long-term mission of the whole political system and the shortest way for the country to catch up with developed nations in the region and the world. More to follow.
After listening to the presentations, recommendations, and proposals of representatives of officials, trade union members, and workers, Prime Minister Phie summarized 6 common points on improving labor productivity, namely, love your job, love your labor, always learn and improve knowledge and skills, comply with discipline on labor hygiene and safety, and build a healthy and equal working environment. Always innovate. Adequate spiritual and material remuneration, especially salary and social benefits, rewards and honors for workers, and the government, trade unions, and relevant entities must build a good labor ecosystem. The Prime Minister affirmed that the party and state always focus on solutions to increase labor productivity. They have achieved many positive results, contributing to socio-economic development, especially increasing income and improving workers' lives.
Labor productivity is one of the key economic indexes in the party resolutions. Despite significant improvement, the growth rate of Vietnam's labor productivity during the 2021-2023 period was lower than the set target of 5.5% per year, and lagged behind regional countries in terms of absolute value, while there was a wide gap in the field between regions. Trade unions at all levels, the business community, workers, ministries, sectors and localities to join hands to set up the completions of legal framework to create a favorable business climate, promote the startup and innovation spirit, capitalize on resources for development, and accelerate breakthroughs in high-quality human resources development so as to create the foundations for raising worker productivity.
The government leader also urged breakthroughs in science, technology, and innovation, especially in emerging areas and working environment, ensuring the legitimate rights and interests of the workers. Priority must be given to promoting growth, which is a foundation to improve worker productivity, he stressed, highlighting it should be made in tandem with stabilizing the macroeconomy, controlling inflation rate, and ensuring major balances.
Prime Minister Phie on May the 26th asked for further efforts to improve coordination between the government and the Vietnam General Confederation of Labor, especially on worker housing, which requires a breakthrough in the near future. In 2023 and the first months of 2024, the government and the Vietnam General Confederation of Labor have coordinated to address worker housing shortages and issues with cultural institutions, healthcare, education, sports, improving quality of life, and workers' spiritual life and health. The Prime Minister requested trade unions at all levels strictly manage public financing and assets, including the effective use of trade union accommodation and resort facilities under the leadership of the party and the management of the constitutions and laws. 11 key targets have been set for the 2024 Summer Youth Volunteer Campaign, launched in Haiphong City on Sunday to promote young people's initiative and voluntary spirit in socio-economic development and addressing social issues. The targets focus on organizing voluntary activities for 10 million youth union members and young people, building at least 500 new streets, repairing temporary and dilapidated houses, and planting 8 million trees. Support will be given to realize 25,000 ideas and initiatives proposed by union members and youth, and career and employment counseling will be provided for 1 million young people. On May the 26th, the 2024 Summer Youth Volunteer Campaign officially took place nationwide. This year marks the 25th anniversary of the Volunteer Summers in Vietnam. Many enthusiastic youth union members and local youngsters, including young doctors, participated in the event. A report from Tây Ninh Province.
I have high blood pressure, and my hands feel numb and painful from here down.
Phie is 78 years old this year. She is one of 100 patients who came here today to receive a free medical examination and medication.
Here's your medicine, and it's already labeled with instructions on when to take it. This is a supplement to be taken twice a day.
The free health consultation, examination, and medication distribution session only lasted about 3 hours but left a lasting impression on the doctors, teachers, and young volunteer students. The image of the disadvantaged people coming early, waiting for their turn to be examined, the joyful eyes and sincere thanks when receiving the medication left a lasting impression on the young students.
Participating in activities like this makes me very proud, as I have helped disadvantaged families and gained experience to become a future pharmacist who can contribute to the community. Being a doctor is a special mission for us, but when we put on the blue uniform of a volunteer, it becomes even more special in our hearts.
The medical examination in Tan Bien District is part of the Summer Volunteer Program. The program includes various activities such as medical examinations, medicine distribution, lighting up rural roads, and giving gifts to soldiers stationed in the district.
Today, along with the whole country, Tây Ninh has also launched the Summer Youth Volunteer Campaign. Additionally, local youth unions have simultaneously organized activities to promote youthful energy and contribute to society.
Despite being very busy with their professional work, the doctors have gradually proven to be a dynamic and creative force, always learning, training, enhancing medical ethics, and willingly contributing to the community. They are truly exemplary in studying and following the ideology, ethics, and style of President Ho Chi Minh.
The National Assembly will spend the whole day listening to a report on revising the draft law on social insurance and debating the draft law on social insurance amended. In particular, the draft law proposes a number of regulations beneficial to workers, such as shortening the time to pay social insurance to receive pensions, increasing benefits for voluntary social insurance participants, and increasing the number of people with pensions in old age.
Chang intended to receive a one-time social insurance payment after quitting her job. However, when social insurance officials began reviewing the voluntary social insurance policy, she continued her policy to ensure she had accumulated sufficient years to enjoy a retirement pension.
I continue with social insurance to have the full years of social insurance payments to enjoy a pension and medical insurance, which is essential when I get old.
However, many workers do not realize the value of pensions, thinking that he would not receive a one-time allowance of that. If he did, the amount would decrease when the amended social insurance law took effect. Trần Văn Hùng proactively resigned himself to receiving one-time social insurance payment.
I have personal reason to withdraw my social insurance payment. If I work for another company in the future, I will start paying them again.
The fear that changing policies will affect their rights causes many workers to make hasty decisions. However, in only about 20 years, when the working age ends, the lives of millions of workers at the age of 60 will be very difficult without pensions and health insurance. With the current rate of population aging, pensions are an effective tool to implement social security, and countries around the world do not have regulations on one-time withdrawal of social insurance.
A 500 kilovolts transmission line project stretching across 11 districts in Thanh Hoa province for 132 kilometers has necessitated extensive site clearance and resettlement for affected households. However, the compensation and resettlement process has been systematically organized, leading to significant progress. As of now, Thanh Hoa province has successfully arranged settlement for over 80 households, providing nearly 130 plots of land. The affected residents have shown strong support for the resettlement plan and are committed to handing over cleared sites to the investors. In Theo Hoa district alone, more than 560 households within the line corridor have completed relocation and handed over their land to the contractors. With footage capturing the everyday moments of a mother working diligently, the channel Ẩm thực mẹ làm, or Mother's Cuisine, has earned the YouTube Golden Button with more than 1 million subscribers after only launching 4 years ago. The channel's creative force is Đồng Văn Hùng, a young man who is living with his mother and working as a farmer in Thái Nguyên province. Most recently, Hùng was honored in the 30 Under 30 Asia 2024 list announced by US-based Forbes magazine. Our story offers a glimpse into its inspiring journey.
Each video revolves around the daily life of a farmer's mother, with no voiceover included. The videos feature familiar countryside scenes such as a paddy field, orchard, small kitchen, and friendly neighbors. Đồng Văn Hùng records everyday activities and rustic dishes that his mother often makes.
Once, when I visited my hometown and saw my mother gardening, I recorded activities in her daily life with my camera. Then I edited the footage and posted it on the internet. I didn't expect to receive so much love from everyone.
Hùng told me the videos of me garnered a lot of attention. At first, I didn't expect many people would watch the videos, but later I became a bit shy when appearing in the videos when more and more people started to follow the channel.
My channel featured the simple life in the Vietnamese countryside as well as the daily work of farmers. At first, when I received the news that I was shortlisted by Forbes magazine, I was flabbergasted because I didn't imagine our videos could inspire so many people like that.
When I learned that Hùng was on the 30 Under 30 Asia 2024 list, my son and I made efforts to make higher quality videos. I would try my best to cook more delicious dishes for our followers and viewers to watch.
My mother and I want to make small contributions to promoting Vietnamese lifestyles, landscape, cuisine, people, and cultural feature to domestic and foreign viewers.
Looking, smile.
What picture?
Yes. Thank you.
Và sau đây sẽ là phần dự báo thời tiết. And here is the weather forecast. And that is all that we have for this hour on VTV News. To rewatch our program, you can visit our website, our YouTube channel, or download a mobile app VTVgo for more. Thank you for watching, and goodbye for now.